Yeah. I have a sign on the wall in my house that says, "You can do hard things." I wanted to raise my kids to know they can do hard things. That's why I had to do this.
Okay, The Chosen in the Wild with Bear Grylls premieres August 9th on Prime Video. Bear, okay, you are no stranger to adventure. You've got decades of experience, and I know that this is a special one for you. Why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about the new series?
Yeah, hi, Lauren. Nice to see you. Yeah, I don't know, for those of your viewers that might not know, The Chosen TV series has been such a phenomenon around the world. You know, it's watched by a crazy sort of something like 300 million people from all different cultures and countries and faiths. And to be able to do a special series for Prime, taking the actors on The Chosen out into the wild on an adventure, get to know their story, personal story, their journey of faith, their journey of playing this character, has been really fun for me. We've never done like a, you know, it's almost like a spin-off in a way, but it's with a really intentional kind of focused cast, but also viewership, you know, and it's kind of beautiful to see because these guys are, you know, unlike normal actors with a film where it might kind of affect them in some ways, with The Chosen and Chosen in the Wild, you really get to hear how playing these characters has really dramatically impacted their personal lives. And I think that has been such a surprising, beautiful part of the journey for me to be part of with them.
You know, it takes a lot of faith and fate and spirituality to go on these adventures. Do you think that anybody from The Chosen, before taking on this adventure, was hesitant? Did anybody say, "Oh, I need you to twist my arm, Bear"?
I think, to be honest, a lot of them were nervous. They were nervous, but I've also learned that nerves are okay. You know? Yes. In fact, to be honest, even on Running Wild, like every time the Hollywood folk are nervous. It's like, it's what the outdoors does. You know, you're into the unknown. It's going to be hot and you're going to be hungry and you're going to be scared and it's going to beat you up a little bit. It's like, welcome to the wild. So I think a little bit of nerves is normal, but it's also kind of healthy. I do think, though, on Chosen in the Wild, the cast are actually really excited to share this part of their journey personally with their viewers. Because I think, unlike a lot of Hollywood actors where you actually kind of, as a fan, you kind of know them pretty well already. I think with so many of the cast on The Chosen, actually people didn't really know, you know, they were unknown actors, a lot of, even Jonathan Rumi before playing Jesus, you know, he wasn't anything like as well known. And you know, people care, the viewers of The Chosen care so much. It like goes literally into their hearts and souls.
Okay, I do want to know, what's the funniest complaint that you heard from these guys once you got out there and into the expedition? Did anything strike you as, okay, come on, y'all?
Well, you know, actually, they're always super respectful. They're fired up. It was kind of interesting for me taking Jonathan away, you know, because for me, I mean, if somebody had to ask, what is a secret dream of yours? It would be to go running wild with Jesus. You know, I mean, we've taken Obama, we've taken Prime Minister Modi, we've taken the Julia Roberts and the Ben Stillers of this world. But, you know, if there had to be one in my heart that I would never normally articulate, it would be to take Jesus. And I suppose that's as close as I'm ever going to get. I did have to kind of hold back a little bit on the jokes like, well, fishing's going to be easy at the lake tonight. You know, poor guy, it was all he hears all day. So I literally had to kind of hold back on that. But he was such a sweet, sort of hearted, gentle, humble guy who actually hasn't had an easy journey with it. It's been, you know, talk about the weight of the world on your shoulders, having to play Jesus and knowing that like every other human being, your heart isn't quite like Jesus is. It's not an easy one to carry, but his episode was really special for me.
Yeah, I mean, think of all the roles of any actors that they could play. That absolutely has to just be all-consuming, right? A very special role for him. Bear, I've always wanted to ask you this. On any of the adventures, whoever you take out, what do you think, even for us Houstonian viewers that are watching today, what is one survival skill that you think everybody should know? Just one.
Well, it's all in here and in here. You know, skills are skills. You can learn skills, and if you're desperate enough, you're going to figure it out. The one that matters is to never give up, that fire, that spirit inside that says, never say die, hold, fight, get back on your feet, be have NGU stamped in your head and heart. That's the one that matters.
I need to take you to the gym with me for my workouts in the morning for that little bit of extra motivation. Bear Grylls, thank you so much for taking the time. The Chosen in the Wild with Bear Grylls, going to premiere August 9th, Prime Video. I do hope that all of our Houston Life viewers get to check this out. I know it's very special for you and the cast of The Chosen, as for all of our viewers watching. So we wish you the best of luck, and we can't wait to catch the adventure.
Thank you, Lauren. Thank you. You take care.
Tarantula with...
Wow, nobody quite like Bear Grylls. Would you do a show like that as a contestant?
Maybe.
Yeah?
Would you?
I mean,
I love adventure.
I like adventure, but maybe in small doses. For more behind the scenes of The Chosen in the Wild with Bear Grylls, you can visit our website, HoustonLife.tv, and look for that scene on Houston Life section. And before we go to break,